Hello and welcome to Killer Off-Road Hobbies, everybody. I'm your host, Gary, and today we're taking a look at the new offering from Team Associated, the Rival MT10. Now, this is kind of a funny story, so I'll just tell you right now. So this is basically the same exact chassis of the Helion Avenge. I have reviewed and tested that on my channel before. I'll put a link in the description below if you want to go ahead and check that out. But basically this uses the same exact chassis. There are a few minor tweaks to it since Team Associated went ahead and used the same platform. But like I did say, there are a few minor tweaks to it over the Helion version. So let's just kind of dive into this thing. This is a 1/10 scale four-wheel drive monster truck. It does come ready to run for $300. That was to my door. I didn't have to pay for shipping or anything. And this kit is going to run 20 inches long. It's 12.5 inches wide and dry, which is to say without batteries. This thing weighs just a hair over 6 pounds. So you do get this relatively bulky transmitter. It's got this nice chrome wheel on it with a fake brake behind there. It does have a foam on it, which is kind of nice. It is pretty big and open, which I like, and I do believe I've had one of these before. I don't think it was the XP120, but I do believe I've had a similar radio and it worked out just fine. You do get a couple options with this. You get your reverse switches as always, but you do get dual rates for both steering and throttle, as well as trims for steering and throttle as well. Off on switch here on the back, and it does run on 4 AA's. Decent transmitter, especially for a ready to run kit. Moving over here, I kind of tried to set this up so we could just see it all. You get a manual basically for your transmitter, you get a manual for your ESC, you get a manual for your motor, you get 3 Allen keys, and then this owner's manual is absolutely excellent. Huge thumbs up to Team Associated. There is a wealth of knowledge in this thing. It's nice and thick, as you can see, but the thickness is utilized with how good it is. It has blow-ups of everything, shows you how to take everything apart, all the part numbers, everything. Very, very good job on the owner's manual. As I just stated, this is basically the same chassis as the Helion Avenge. They just did a few minor changes to it. The body looks very, very racy. It almost looks like kind of a car and truck combined. It looks, I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of it. I didn't think it kind of looks different than the pictures, I think. It is a PVC body. We'll have to see how it holds up. Yeah, I'm just not a fan. Sorry, Team Associated. I'm just not a fan of this look. I don't like how car looking it looks to me. Maybe I'm just weird, but yeah, I don't like the look of it. The color scheme and everything is very cool. I just don't really care for the design. PVC, as always, I will be bashing this thing pretty good, giving it a good hard test, so I will Gorilla Tape this thing before I take it out for its first bash. Alright, so this is starting to become like kind of a normal thing, I think, with these little meshes for like dust covers. As I said, this is the same chassis they ran on the Helion Avenge. It's even got the fake mufflers on the bottom. This does have a 3-diff setup, so basically you have a diff here, your rear diff, and then a long, I believe it's either steel or aluminum drive shaft up to the front diff. It does have the exposed servo horn here, which I didn't have a problem with on the Helion design, so I don't think that's going to be a problem on this either. It's got nice thick A-arms here, get you guys a little bit closer. It does have, looks to be aluminum hinge pin retainers front and rear. That's very good. It's got LEDs in both the front and rear bumpers. It's got this nice adjustable wheelie bar here. Kind of get you guys in for a close look. So what I'm seeing is let's just get you guys in here. Let's dive into this thing, rip this thing off. So it's got a 3300 kV 540 size brushless motor here. ESC, I couldn't find any specs, but I'm guessing since it's an SC600BL, I'm guessing that's probably going to be a 60 amp 2 and 3S capable ESC. I do believe it's water resistant, not waterproof. So just be wary of that. I don't think it's classified as waterproof, guys. This receiver box, however, is classified as waterproof. Right here, we got adjustable camber links in the front and adjustable turnbuckles. So your toe and camber will be adjustable. We've got plastic bodied threaded shocks with plastic cap. Yeah, that oil feels pretty heavy. In the rear, again, we've got adjustable camber link here, so your camber will be adjustable, but your toe in and out is fixed. A nice heavy duty A-arm down there. The rear feels a little bit better than the front. I think it's just got a little more spring to it. It's preloaded a little bit more. Get you in nice and close to this adjustable wheelie bar. It's set as high as it'll go right now, but you've got 4 more adjustment points to lower it down. I'm guessing to help out with speed runs or whatever. The battery tray looks pretty generous for being 2 and 3S capable. It does have a aluminum motor mount here, which is very nice. Everything looks really clean on this thing. It does have a standard T connector or Dean's plug. I will be switching that out, as you guys all know already. It does have a metal geared high torque servo. I couldn't find the ounce torque inches, but it does say it's high torque. So, but everything says high torque nowadays. The chassis looks good. I will go ahead and say right now, if you watch, if you click on that link and watch my review of the Helion Avenge, I really dug that truck. Like that was a really solid kit for the price, and I had a lot of fun testing it, and it was really durable. You do have adjustable body posts front and rear, which is pretty nice. The shock towers are super thick, but they are plastic. So these tires are really soft. The foams are really soft. They are very Proline Badland looking, so they should get very good traction on pretty much everything. And combined with the softness, I'm guessing these tires are going to do very well. So I just did want to show people this just in case you're not sure about it. So the wheels do run 12mm hex, and they do take the standard wheel wrench for a 10th scale, but this kit does not come with a wheel wrench, and you do have to remove these little caps. Now what I did was I took a pair of needle nose pliers and just kind of wiggled it back and forth very gently to get it to come out of there. And as you can see, I didn't scratch it or scar it at all. I just really lightly to get it out of there. But that is something that you have to be aware of, because this isn't the actual thing that holds your tire on. It's a little nut underneath it, and you've got to remove these little caps to get to the wheel nuts. I wanted to point that out for anybody who might not know that. So as I said, this thing is, I mean, I think this was released 5 days ago now, maybe 6. I just got it in the mail, just got it to my door. So I can't wait to go ahead, gorilla tape this body and get it out and bash it for you guys. We'll start out with 2S and then we'll go to 3S. But I'm excited because that platform they used, the Helion Avenge, as I already said, I really liked that truck, especially for a 10 scale 4-wheel drive. I mean, it was awesome. One more thing worth noting before we go, I almost forgot to say, is it does have plastic drive shafts. Like the drive axles on the front and rear are plastic. So I didn't have a problem with that in the Helion Avenge. Those drive shafts held up very well, but I just wanted to point that out before we take this thing out and bash it. All right, guys, it's gonna be a flicker for you. It's gonna be probably a couple hours for me because I gotta tape that body and everything, but let's go bash this thing. Well, I just wanted to show you real quick. I'm of course not running the dust cover, but the body's on here nice and firm now because I did go ahead and Gorilla Tape it. And we're running a 100C discharge 2S Lipo. I did the XT90 connector and I checked the gear mesh. The gear mesh was good. I made sure all the wheel nuts were tight. And I'd just like to know, let me know down in the comments, please, you guys. Sorry about the helicopter in the background. But let me know in the comments, if you would, if you like these joint videos, that is to say like the first look and first run, or if you would prefer that I do separate videos, just do a first look video and then a first run video. But we're on 2S like I just showed you guys, and we're gonna see what this thing's got. And I also have a 3S pack here, but that'll be in a different video. So even on pavement on 2S, it's not wheelie out power, but it's got good speed, and those tires are pretty soft. They're kind of wobbling around when I get on it. As I thought, these tires work excellent out here. Perfect amount of slide, but they grab when you want them to. Woo! Face first into that little hiccup right there. All right, first jump, if I can line it up. Wow, that went amazingly horrible, but it survived it. Definitely didn't have the power to adjust itself in the air. And this is one of those trucks I think you're gonna have to keep on the throttle, especially on 2S, to keep it from nose diving maybe. Or it might just be how that jump is situated, not sure. Those LEDs shining nice and bright. Ooh, those brakes are touchy. I barely touched them. Ooh. A little screamer. Man, this thing's got good speed on 2S. Pleasantly surprised. Suspension seems to be set up pretty well. I don't like how soft the tires are though. They are, the front tires get wobbling when you start trying to go. Like when you start trying to go fast, they start wobbling. You get the death wobble. Man, those brakes are way too heavy. I don't like that. Gonna have to change that. I'm sure my good old trusty $10 Hobby Wing program card will help me out on that one. If you guys don't have one of those and you get, like, you tend to buy a lot of RCs, they're 10 bucks on eBay or Amazon, and you can program almost any ready to run ESC with them. I mean, for 10 bucks, that is just killer. And one thing is, I'll just bring it over here right now, let you guys check it out. So there's the Kaiju, and here's the rival MT10. These trucks are crazy similar. They're different scales, of course. The Kaiju is much bigger. Well, not much bigger, but it's bigger. But I'm gonna do a comparison between these two because they are so similar, and I'll show you guys that in a comparison. But I was pretty blown away when I got this, because I got the Kaiju first, and then I got this in, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, man, that looks like the same truck. And I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure it's the same platform, just, you know, A scale and 10th scale. Nope, no backflips on 2S. Plenty of power though. Plenty of power for 2S. I am digging it. 3S is going to be backflip status, I'm sure. Ooh. No harm, no foul. Be good to me. Oh, jeez, that wasn't good. Man, I got geese in the background. I had a helicopter when I was doing the little intro to this bash. All about the crazy noises around here, I guess. At least it's not windy. Like, there's a slight breeze, which is nice, but at least it's not windy. Seems to always be windy. Those brakes are way too strong though. I am not digging that. Every time I try and adjust it just a tiny bit in the air. Whoa, there's a hole there too? God, people dig holes everywhere. I was hoping to shoot up and over it. Yeah, there's a huge hole right there. Awesome. Oh, dang. Well, that was nice and smooth. It doesn't like going this way though. Come on, buddy. Well, it did that time. Maybe I just can't drive very well. Cased it. Knew it. I knew that one wasn't gonna make it. Oh yeah, monster. Yeah, those front tires get really wobbling. It's almost like they have water in them. That's how it seems when because they're so soft. Gee. Well, it tried to pop a little wheelie right there. What up? Man, those brakes. I mean, I am barely touching them. And they just... Nice. Right in the bowl. Oh. Yeah, this is so rough over here. Yeah. Yeah, with this being 10 scale, I think it's just a little too rough for this guy for me to be able to keep it straight enough to maybe jump this. There we go. Made it. If you keep trying, you will do it eventually. Ooh. Oh, jeez. Yeah, it definitely doesn't have the power on 2S to pull that front end up. Not even a little bit. Oh, those brakes. Those brakes, those brakes, those brakes. It's always a learning curve when you get a new RC. Learn all the quirks. I will turn those brakes down. I'm guessing they're probably on 50% or maybe even 75. So I'll turn them down to 25 maybe, or if they're at 75, I'll turn them down to 50. That should be good. Just a little less brake, because I'm like a light brake guy, like not too light, but I like light brakes, so I can actually hit the brakes without, like, you know, crazy stuff happening. So far so good. Other than those front tires wobbling out because they're so soft, suspension seems to be set up pretty well. It is a little bouncy, but not horrible. And besides that, I don't really have any complaints. Good power on 2S. It would be cool to be able to adjust itself, but I'm sure 3S will provide that for us. And it has taken several hard hits already, so all in all, I'd say this is a good start for this little thing. Now for the traction test and rocks and stuff. People put a bunch of rocks over there for some reason. I don't know. Ooh. No adjustment in the air makes those nosedives all that much more fun. Let's kind of check this thing out. Front bumper looks fine. All the mounts and everything looks intact still. A-arms feel good. Shocks still go nice and smooth. Yeah, good to go still. Ooh, trying to land that perfect so I could hit the other one. That was good enough. Oh, this is so much fun being able to just mob on full throttle. The cool thing about 10 scales on their low voltage settings is you can just mob. Well, everybody, first impressions. This thing is doing good in my book, first impression wise. Ooh, those front A-arms are tough. It has taken so many of those. Oh, we had a wheelie going there for a second. All right, come back over here. Overcorrection. Overcorrection. There we go. Just wants to make it look good. I know how you roll, rival. You can't fool me. All right, everybody. Well, this thing is a little beast so far. Very happy with it. And yeah, hopefully you guys liked this first video. If you did, thumb up. If you didn't, thumbs down. Stay tuned, subscribe, and click that bell. And as I asked before, please let me know down in the comments if you like these combined videos of the first look and the first run, or if you would prefer them be two different videos. All right, everybody, till next time, peace.